for your Corporation and Dirty Old Bastards 360 Wing Sprint Car Series. But we're here at Volusia Speedway Park for qualifying. We've already had the first group of cars on the racetrack. We are just trying to get the overlays sorted, so bear with me on that one. I can tell you Jason Nygaard has set quick time of the 14.656. Take a look at some other times here in just a moment. As there we go. I think we're good to go. So I do apologise about that. So we're live on Ultimate Dirt TV. We're also live on the Dirt Oval TV's Facebook page. So we're welcoming you in there from wherever you're watching for the 10th, in fact the 11th round, the penultimate round of the series. The final round will be next week. So cars at the moment, you see on the left of your screen, Jason Nygaard setting quick time, Chris Brenner second quick, Ryan Martin, Craig Dunn, Weston Newell, Zane Scott, Kevin Lovies and Logan Christensen. The next couple of cars on tap for this evening. And of course, as we do this, so I apologise about this. It is ever since I've had the new processor in, it's gone backwards. To that there, so I apologise, and let's get that there. If everything can go wrong today, it's gone wrong. Alright, so we'll just have to deal with what we've got and we'll try and get it fixed for the next race. John Batista goes quick time with a 14.639. And our next couple of cars to come out onto the racetrack, it's going to be the 21 of Tyler Henselman, the 30 of Stephen Calavoda. In car number 20, it's going to be John Lowe. And in car number 12, it'll be Michael Sheridan. Michael Sheridan in car number 12. So it's the next group of cars to come out. And I apologise for the sound. We'll get that sorted here in a second as well. Turned up a bit. First lap in, it's going to be a 15.238. Stephen Calavoda with a 14.695. John Lowe with a 14.977. That's 13th quick. And Michael Sheridan with a 14.864. So 15 cars have taken a time. We'll see how many we've got left. And 15 is 34, so 34 cars have signed into the pit area tonight. So we'll have a C main, we'll have a 4-car C main, the top two will go into the back of the B main, then we'll have a 12-car B main, it'll be 8 laps, there'll be no cautions, and we'll take the top 4, so automatically the top 20 will go on through. The 21st of that is going to be running either B or C main. Chris Roberts on the racetrack in car number 93. In car number 9 it is Drew Neal in the 77. It's Aaron Schaefer. Looks like he's joined the Dirt Track and Bastards in that 77 machine. And in the 127 it is Stephen Hill. Chris Roberts 16th kick with a 15.158. Drew Neal 9th with a 14.853. Schaefer with a 15.256. And Stephen Hill with a 15.223. Roberts slower on his second lap. Drew Neal slower on lap 2. Schaefer improved on time, however not position. In fact, he gets bumped back down with a 15.222. And Stephen Hill with a 15.038 sits position number 15. And with still half of the field left to qualify. Well, if I'm sitting anywhere from 15th on back, I'm thinking that I'm getting set to run a B main. I got an idea here. There we go. In the Dirt Company, USRA, United Dirt Sim Racing Association, Tim Hunt Designs. It's the 95 of Dakota Coon. Behind him on the racetrack in the 211, it's going to be Dan Smalls. In the 090, the Black Diamonds Motorsports entry, it's Trevor Royer. And also on the racetrack in the Team SETI, in the SETI Group Holdings number 97, Matthew Henninger. We look at the first lap time. Dakota Coon, in fact, the second lap time. The first one with a 14.989. Smolders with a 14.860 jumps to position number 10. Dakota Coon with a 14.989. Trevor Royer with a 14.966. And Matthew Henninger with a 14.926. I don't know why it sounds like that, but let me tell you, is that any better, John? Because that is literally, I am literally on top of it right now. Just I've got it on the mic stand, that's all. Next group of cars in the car number 7, Dylan Workman. Dylan Workman in car number 7. John, let me know if that's any better, buddy. In the 134, it's Scott Tyler. In the 310, Anthony Morano. And in the 360, that is Jamie Wallace. Workman first lap time, 19th quick with a 15.036. Tyler with a 15.606. Morano with a 15.443. And Jamie Wallace, no lap time on his opening lap. Workman does not improve. Tyler will improve on time with a 15.328. Morano a 15.443. And Jamie Wallace with a 15.076. Is that is it a lot better or is it just a little bit better? So at the moment, John Batista still setting a quick time as we wait on the next group of cars. In the 101, it's Jay Dykes. Jay Dykes in the 101. In the 104, in the Dirtco Media United Dirt Sim Racing Association, it's Chase Cabray. In the 838, in the Wicked Cushion, UW Motorsports, Colby's Eye Paints, Next Gen Fab Ultimate Dirt TV, 838, it's Timothy Smith. And in car number 11, Zach McLaughlin. Zach McLaughlin in car number 11. We'll keep an eye on Cabray as he's going to be one to watch out of these three drivers. In fact, he will have no lap time on his opening lap, so we'll see how they come through in times. Jay Dyke, 16.124. No time for Cabray. Tim Smith with a 15 flat, a 15.000. And no time for McLaughlin. We'll see what Cabray can do, whether he can jump into the top 10. He does not with a 14.933. Does Smith jump into the top 10? No. 17th with a 14.943. And Zach McLaughlin, well, he's been setting the world on fire as of late in these races, but unfortunately he's only able to muster up a 15.521, which means that's going to be in a C main for him. So our last group of cars to come out onto the racetrack in the 00, it is Nathan McClellan. And in car number 25, it is Jesse Bandy. So wait and see if Tyler Curtis is going to be here as well. So Nathan McClellan will start this one. So he's got that wing tugged all the way back. Oh, it looks like it might be at a -6. Nathan McClellan with a 15.344. Jesse Bandy in the transport equipment hire pump at number 25. There'll be no time on his opening lap. As we look at the time here for Nathan McClellan, he's a little slower. And Jesse Bandy with a 16.246 position, number 33.
Only got 33. Everybody will be going to the B main, so 21st on back from the B. Top 4, advance, 8 laps. Give me a second to get the B main lineup roped down, and I'll take my car out, show where the restart line is, and we'll get the B main ready to go. But once again, top 20 locked in. Everybody else is going to the B main.
There you go. No C main, so the C main has been canned. 33 cars, and it'll be positions 21 on back, and we'll go through. You can see your top 10. John Batista sets quick time with Jason Nygaard, Stephen Calavoda, Chris Brenner, Stephen Renaud, Chad Miller, Ryan Martin, Craig Dunn, Drew Neal, and Dan Smolders, your top 10 here this evening in qualifying. 11th on back is Michael Sheridan, Weston Newell, Matthew Henninger, Zane Scott, Chase Cabray, Kevin Lovies, Timothy Smith, Trevor Royer, John Lowe in 19th and our 20th car in this one. In car number 95, it is going to be Dakota Kuhn. So the 118 of Kevin Lowe is just pulling up on the back stretch. As this is where the restart rule is, so the driver may fire any time from when the pace track goes from that sign onwards. If you go before that, you'll end up like Joel Berkeley, and you will be relegated a couple of spots, and you will get penalised for jumping your start. So our B main, it'll consist of, and we'll go through the grid here in just a moment, but before we get there, in fact, we'll have the guys to remove their caps, and if you want to stand, feel free to stand. Please don't kneel. It's just a little bit disrespectful as we play the American National Anthem after this race. Actually, we'll play it after this race. So, our SETI Group Holdings B main starting lineup will line up this way. Starting on the pole in car number 7, it's going to be Dylan Workman. To his outside in the 127, this will be Stephen Hill. Hashtag Free Berkeley. Funny enough, I was actually chatting with Harrison Edwards from Hazard Media. Big shout out to him. He's fixed up a lot of things on this ATVO side. Makes it a lot easier for me. Starting out of position 3 in the 360, it'll be Jamie Wallace. To his outside in car number 7, it's going to be Logan Christensen. Starting out of position number 5 in car number 93, it's going to be Chris Roberts. And to his outside, the 77 new teammate for the Dirt Track and Bastards, it's going to be Aaron Schaefer. Teammate yet again in car number 21, Tyler Henselman. He starts position number 7. Scott Tyler in the 134. Scheduled to line up out of position number 8. Out of position number 9, it's going to be the 00 of Nathan McClellan. To his outside in the 310, Anthony Morano. The 11 of Zach McLaughlin alongside Jay Dykes and Jesse Bandy will be the final car at this one.
What's up, Chris? Sorry.
So this is your B main here tonight for the Blue Sphere Corporation Dirty Old Bastards 360 Wing Sprint Car Series, race number 1 of the 11th round of the series. You're watching live on Ultimate Dirt TV and also Dirt Oval TV, so we thank the guys at Dirt Oval TV for coming on board and allowing us to broadcast and showcase the races here tonight. 8 laps on the board. The B main is underway. Green flag is out and we're racing, and Whiteman gets a good start over the field as all these drivers. Oh, we got Anthony Morano upside down in turns 1 and 2. He's got it back on all fours. Now there's no yellows here in the B main. Wallace slides up in front of Christensen. Here comes Stephen Hill on the inside, the opening lap. Man, that was close there between those two. I think we might give it to Dylan Workman. But now here comes Hill working back to the inside. Jamie Wallace now trying to rail the outside cushion in turns 3 and 4. Not quite fully built up, but there's a cushion ledge building on the entry to turn number 3. 2 down, 6 to run. Here in the B main, and here is Chris Roberts on the inside in the 93. Logan Christensen now trying to work it through the middle. And look at Schaefer. Wallace holds on to that 4th and final transfer spot. Keep an eye on the 21. Tyler Henselman as well. He's going to look to make his way into the big dance tonight. But Jamie Wallace holds down the 4th and final transfer spot. Halfway home, 4 down, 4 to go. Just in the race control here in a couple hours time, you'll hear him say 2 to go. And Schaefer almost tags the back of the 360 of Jamie Wallace as he slides up to the top of the racetrack. 3 to run, 1.5 miles, and the battle is on. It's going to be for second right now. As Roberts, well, he was a lot closer than expected.
Here you go, 2 more.
2 laps to run here in the B main, and Jamie Wallace hangs on to the 24th into the 4th and final transfer spot, starting out of position number 24. Oh, we got a car on the wall on the outside of turn number 2. But no yellows, which means we are still green for the final lap, for the final time here in the B main. Tyler Henselman, he's trying to work that outside, now goes to the inside of Schaefer. Are they going to have enough to catch Jamie Wallace? No, the battle between the 5th spot. Oh, Schaefer and Christensen come together at the line. It was desperate time for desperate measures. And Dylan Workman gets the job done ahead of Stephen Hill, Chris Roberts, and Jamie Wallace will be your 4 cars that will transfer into the back of tonight's feature event. So well done to Dylan Workman there on that one. Just trying to get the racing banner, because that's like really doing my head in right now. Okay, I'm just going to leave it. OCD kicking in. Anyhow, before we get into the B main tonight, we're going to play the American National Anthem. So if you want to stand, please do. Take your caps off, and we'll be back in just a moment. Yes, it is time to take a look at our City Group Holdings starting grid. Starting on the pole in car number 35, it is John Batista. To his outside in the 22, it is Jason Nygaard.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event.
In car number 30, Stephen Kalamoda starts position 3 to his outside, the 84 of Chris Brenner.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Out of position 5 in the 115, it's going to be Stephen Menard to his outside, the 16 of Chad Miller. Starting out of position 7, car number 24, Ryan Martin to his outside, the 057 of Craig Dunn. Inside, row number 5 in car number 9, out of position 9, it's Drew Neal. To the outside of him, the 211 of Dan Smolders out of position number 10. Out of position 11, car number 12, Michael Sheridan lined up alongside the 222 of Weston Newell. Out of position 13 in the team in the SETI Group Holdings, car number 97, Matthew Henniger. To his outside, his teammate in car 37, Zane Scott. Chase Cabray in the 104 will start out of position 15. To his outside, the 118 teammate to Chase Cabray is Kevin Lovies. Timothy Smith will start out of position 17 in the 838. To his outside, the 090 Trevor Royer. Out of position 19, John Lowe will start alongside Dakota Kuhn. And then we go back to our B-main transfers. We have Dylan Workman,
Y'all ready for this?
Stephen Hill, Chris Roberts, and Jamie Wallace, I believe it was. So it's time to get after it right now. The 35 of John Batista will lead the field for this 35-lap main event, the first of 2 races here this evening. Race number 1, the cloudy weather upon us here at the Volusia Speedway Park for the 11th round of the Blue Sphere Corporation and Dirty Old Bastards 360 Wing Sprint Car Series. We're about to go green. Pace truck is in now, and there we go. Batista wasting no time to get to the front of the field. Gets to the top side in turns number 1 and 2. They go 3 wide right now for third. Oh, the 115. That's Stephen Renaud on the inside of Chris Brenner, and Jason Nygaard was on his outside. Side by side, Batista leads lap number 1, and 34 remain. As we cycle through turns 1 and 2, all the drivers still fighting for positions right now. Oh, there was contact there between the 97 and the 104. Cabray and Matthew Henniger. Henniger got out of the gas to avoid further carnage down the back straight away. Oh, car into the wall, Ryan Martin in the 24. Sheridan gets him.
All right, man.
Sheridan around in turns 1 and 2. Let's take a look at the 12 of Michael Sheridan here in our Colby's iPaints instant replay. We'll see just what happened here. Ryan Martin coming from the wall. Sheridan had nowhere to go. He had a little bit of contact with the guys coming through. Stephen Hill in the 127. And there is literally not much you can do in the situation like that. But just hang on for dear life. So the Whitman Cushion, UW Motorsports entry, the Colby's iPaints, Next Gen Fab, Ultimate Dirt TV, number 12. Well, his night is pretty much done for right now. So if you're a first-time watcher here on Ultimate Dirt TV or Dirt Oval TV, first of all, we want to welcome you in to the iRacing service as we get set to go green next time by. These guys do not count yellow flag laps in their races, so the ticker up the top, no, we're not here for 2 billion laps. We're going to be displaying the white flag at lap number 38, so that means we get all 35 laps in under green flag conditions. So you'll hear from race control.
We're on the green, guys.
Right now, in fact.
Single file. White flag lap 38. The leader may fire any.
There you go. So the white flag will be set at lap 38. And this is the way that these drivers can get the full distance in under green flag conditions rather than having these laps cut into the featured allocated laps. We get set to go back to green flag racing. John Batista will have control of the field once again in the Black Diamonds Motorsports.
Green flag.
Valvoline Express Care Ultimate Dirt TV number 35, and we are back to green flag conditions here at Volusia. Once again, these drivers are going to try and cycle their way through turns 1 and 2, and oh, who was that? That's Chad Miller, the 16. Weston Newell getting into the side of Craig Dunn. Newell's going to lose a couple of spots. And now here comes a 211 of Dan Smolders on the outside. Oh no, Weston Newell comes up into Smolders. And now Zane Scott gets on by. Cabray looking to get by Smolders. Tim Smith had to check up big time right now. And this is a great battle on screen. Nygaard trying to hold off the 16. This is about 6th and 7th on backwards right now. So we look at Miller to the inside of Jason Nygaard. Meanwhile, battle for the race lead. Slide got by Chris Brenner. He has got that 84 working right now on the low side of the racetrack. Sliding it through turns 3 and 4 in the middle part of the raceway. Batista back to second. The 30 of Calavoda in third. The 115, that's Stephen Renaud in fourth. First time we've seen him this season. Then go back to Chad Miller, your top 5 right now. And this is still a great battle behind him. 3 wide off the turn number 4, sorry. Nygaard in the double 2, Newell in the triple 2, and in the 057, it is Craig Dunn. Literally, without trading paint, they are trading slide jobs right now. And behind them is Drew Neal as well as Dan Smolders. So this race is not over just yet. A good amount of green flag laps in the books right now. Dunn and Newell side by side. They are racing each other hard right now in the opening exchanges of this feature race. Dunn going to continue back to working on the inside of Weston Newell as Jason Nygaard just gets away from him just a little bit more. Renault working over Stephen Calavoda on the low side. Here comes Chad Miller to the outside. Calavoda still holding down that 3rd spot on the podium right now. And the number 30 in the Team VLR, Beer Hill Gang. May have just caught the wall on the front straight away. We just heard the sound as they went into turn number 1 and 2. So Renaud, he's got pressure from Chad Miller behind him right now. Miller almost got the rear crash bar of the 115, but Renaud holding strong on the bottom right now. Here comes Weston Newell and Jason Nygaard. On screen, Jason Nygaard in the black and white number 22. Newell, well, he's in the cat powered triple 2, and a great battle going on behind him as well. As we found John Lowe back in the pits. Dylan Workman up to 16, trying to battle with Cabray. Smith now to the inside of Lovies. This is for 12th. Slide job from Smith. Lovies crosses back underneath him now, but Trevor Roy is there as well. Now Lovies is going to go to the inside. This is a great battle, and this is for about 11th or 12th spot. Meanwhile, Brenner, he's pulling out a 1.2 second advantage over John Batista. Look at the racing right now here at Volusia. It is fantastic. An epic car count followed by an epic race at the moment. Well, we're about 19 laps from completion. In fact, it might even be 18 as we come past the start-finish line. Oh no, caution is out, car on the front straight. Oh no, we're going to car into the wall. It's Trevor Royer in the Black Diamonds Motorsports 090. Stephen Renaud was that car on the inside wall. Let's take a look at a Colby's Eye Paints instant replay and see what happened here. Chad Miller on his inside. Ooh. How do you call this one? I think we'll call Miller on that one, but I mean, that was barely. I mean, that was very hard racing. So Renault in the 115, unfortunately, going to be stuck at the back of the bus. And this is the incident after the replay. You see Lovies there just Kind of holding his line. He may have just come up a tiny bit there on Trevor Royer. The same thing. These guys are racing hard right now just as the caution come out. And Trevor Royer in the Black Diamonds Motorsports 090 finds himself on the wrong end of the wall. And he's back on pit road. So that'll be his night done for. And how about that good long period of green flag laps? Here, Stephen Calavoda just showing his nose to Chris Brenner here, just to let him know, maybe trying to cool down those tyres on the inside of the racetrack.
White flag lap 41. Leader may fire any.
So white flag lap number 41. So we've still got about 17 to go here. Don, I'll leave that comment for the sections. I ain't going to read that out on. So, white flag lap 41, Chris Brenner, John Batista, Stephen Calavoda, Chad Miller, Jason Nygaard. Your top 5, Weston Newell, Craig Dunn, Dan Smolder, Zane Scott, and Drew Neal. Your top 10. Chris Brenner once again. Yeah, at Volusia and the green flag. He's back out, and already Weston Newell going to the inside of Jason Nygaard, looking for that 5th spot on the racetrack right now. Nygaard not going to give it up that easy as he works the cushion in turns number 3 and 4 on the entry to turn 3. In fact, as he's going to work the outside, and he's going to continue to hang on to that 5th spot. Look at Drew Neal making it 3 wide with Dan Smolders and also Zane Scott in the 37. Smolders now, oh, he gets into the right rear of Craig Dunn. Dunn holding his line at the moment. Now Smolders, here comes Zane Scott, 3 wide in the turn number in the 1 and 2. Scott picks up a couple of positions, but man, what a drive from Craig Dunn back around the outside. The big slide job coming again from Zane Scott. Oh my, you can throw a blanket over these 6 cars right now. Oh, Smolders and Dunn got together. Neal on the inside. Literally, there's nowhere where he can go right now except get off the gas. Lovey's trying to work on the outside in turns 3 and 4. And how about Tim Smith? Up into a top 10, up into 8th position at the moment in the wicked cushions, number 838. Smolders around the outside of Lovey's and now looking to get past Craig Dunn as well. Oh no, Zane Scott, he got loose. Smith got him, and I believe that was Cabrera coming through to finish the job off.
Alright, man,
caution is out, and it's the 37 of Zane Scott. Oh no. Jumps the cushion there. Smith had nowhere to go. He got finished off, and then there was a little bit of a TKO as he got onto the inside ball. And the team setting, the SETI Group Holdings, number 37. And the Colby's Eye Paints, Ultimate Dirt TV as well. So, unfortunately, for Zane Scott, that will be his night over. So these drivers will be on 2 to green at the moment. So the lights are still flashing here on the iRacing official pace truck. An unbelievable race so far. There is literally battles and action aplenty all over the Volusia Speedway Park. I can't wait to see what race 2 will bring us. Race 2 will be live at session launches at quarter past the next hour. In fact, we'll have another stream up for that one. I did manage to forget to get that second one up, so that'll be up at around 10:20, about 10, in between 10:25 and 10:30 Eastern. So white flag lap number. Now I think this is our 3rd caution. Let's take a look at our summary here. 3rd caution. So look, that's pretty good here. 3 cautions here at Volusia. So it'll be white flag lap number 44. So we should have 11 laps remaining. Here in the main event, Jamie Wallace in the 360. No, he's not second. He's a lap down. Lap cars will stay in their place. But you'll see him just staying on the inside lane. So let the guys get around him that are behind him. So all the cars will cycle through down the front straightaway. Jamie Wallace just trying to hold his line. Lovey's on the inside with a slider on Smith. But Smith gathers it back around him. Chad Miller now on the inside of the 30 of Stephen Calavota, but Calavota works the outside. I believe this was 10 to go.
All right, man. Caution is out.
Oh, caution is out. As we got the 211 of Dan Smolders up on his lid. He gets it back on all four. So we'll take a look at Colby's eye paints instant replay. And uh-oh. Drew Neal? See what happened there. Having a look at Colby's eye paints instant replay here. Dan Smolders just catches the inside wall. Drew Neal had nowhere to go. So then I know Drew Neal, unfortunately, Drew Neal and Dan Smolders. See Smolders, this is on the replay. He should be back in pit road any moment. In fact, he hasn't got a meatball flag, so he's going to stay out there on the racetrack. So the lights will turn off this time, but it'll be white flag, lap number 47. Which I believe will give us about 8 to go.
On the green guys, tighten up, single file, white flag lap 44. Leader may fire anytime after the truck pulls off when they reach the dirt vision. Go boys.
Did we just not have 44? 4 laps? Should be 12, should be 47. So if Robert, if Chris is watching this, it should be 47, the white flag. Yeah.
Green flag, green flag.
White flag lap 44 from race control. I thought it would have been 47. Brenner one more time leads us down into turn number 1 and 2. Calavota on the inside of Batista, but he cannot make the pass. That top side of the racetrack in turns 1 and 2 is the fastest way around here. And Nygaard continuing for a top 5 right now. Let's see if he can have some luck. Smith now, he has come from deep in the field in that wicked cushion, number 838. He's now up to position number 6 and looking for more, looking for a top 5 finish. Who knows, he may even get a podium if Chad Miller and Stephen Calavota have some unfortunate contact. Miller through the middle and Smith with a big slide job and looking for 5th as Western Mule now. Nygaard falls back to about 8th spot on the racetrack. Smith on the outside of Kevin Lovey's. Newell in 6th. The battle is starting to heat up right now for your race lead as Batista, he throws the big slide job. So there's a battle for the race lead and a battle for 3rd. Brenner now, he's going to return serve and put the big slider back on Batista. These guys are putting on a show right now. Slide job after slide job. Right, here we go. This is unbelievable racing at its finest. And Brenner one more time is going to go back to the inside. Oh, that is pinpoint accuracy. So we're trying to get word from race control whether it's lap 44 or lap 47. It should be 47. Brenner one more time going back to the inside, but Batista's got to run on the outside. Oh, side by side. 2 to go at the line. Here we go. The final mile of the opening 35 lap exchange. And the 35 is back to the front of the field and looking for victory here in the 11th round. The white flag is out, half a mile, 4 more turns for Batista. You know Brenner's going to be back on the inside in turn 3 and 4. Does Batista, does he stop that slide job line? No, he stays up top. Brenner back on the inside, one last chance out of turn number 4. No, the job will be done by John Batista. Second is going to be Chris Brenner, and Western Newell grabs 3rd from Chad Miller, Calavota, Smith, Calavota, Man, an absolute entertaining race. But your top three, Batista, Brenner, and Western Newell, man, what a race.
All right, man. Caution is out. Caution is out.
Wow. Whew. That was a fantastic race. So we got our second and third place in here at the moment. In fact, I'm just going to go back to that. So we're just waiting on that. So what we are going to do is we're going to bring up, in fact, we've got all three. So coming home in third place in the Triple Two, coming home very fast at the death was the Triple Two machine of Western Newell. Western, congratulations out on a third place. Did you ever think that you're going to get a third place with this many cars here tonight?
No, definitely not. That was a stout field. Kind of snuck it there at the end. I'm not sure what happened between those two. It didn't look like they were too happy with each other, but I'll take it. Snuck it in.
Man, you come from position 12, so on the outside of the sixth row. I mean, there was 33 cars here tonight, and I mean, you know, to come home with a third with a racetrack that looked like had multiple lines. I mean, you guys pretty much all over the racetrack were side by side. There was always a battle going on the racetrack. What was it like from the driver's point of view and sitting in the cockpit of that race car?
Oh, that was just that was a beauty of a race, to be honest. And I heard the leaders were sliding each other for the last 2 or 3 laps there. I'm sure that was amazing for you guys to watch. I didn't catch it. I was focused on what I was doing, but the racetrack was awesome. It was slick. It was smooth. There was a few bumps. Had some character. Couldn't ask for a better racetrack.
Now, are we going to see you in race 2? Because normally you only do 1, but will we see you back here for race number 2?
Yeah, we got some extra time tonight, so we got the car all ready, prepped up, washed up. It's ready to go for race 2. So hopefully we'll talk to you again, Brett.
No, but why don't you thank some sponsors before we let you get out of here?
Yeah, as always, Ultimate Dirt TV. You guys do such a phenomenal job. The Dirty Old Bastards Leagues, Blue Sphere, SETI Group, Deadhead, all my guys over at PA Posse, John and Chris, Jamie Wallace, Worm Paints, SWC, my teammates, Craig, Sean. Thanks, guys.
All right, there we have it. Western Newell comes home with the third place. Coming home in second place in Colour 84. He led for a good majority of the laps, but fell short just by not too much. Brenner, you started fourth, you finished second. Just an outstanding race between you and Batista. I mean, talk about that race there.
Yeah, that's the kind of track and racing we all miss and we enjoy. It's a truly dynamic track where you can run 2 completely different lines there. Unfortunately for me, John found that cushion to be fast at the end, and it started to come in, and he got me. But John is a hell of a driver. We've battled so much over the iRacing Dirt Service. It's always nice to race against him. You can expect a clean race, and we had fun. I know I did.
Did the overcast conditions help, do you think? Maybe that's the way to go when it comes to putting these servers out there, and do you think maybe that could be the best way to go in to get the best possible outcome for not only the fans watching, but also for the drivers that are able to race clean and put some sliders on each other? Do you think that might be the step in the right direction if they go further with this?
It's possible. I think Volusia, no matter what the weather conditions are, it's usually pretty racy compared to the other tracks. It might be a factor. One of the things I noticed was it was really hard to see where the moisture was on the track. Everything's kind of dark. You could be running on a line that looks like it's really worn out, but there's a lot of grip there. And I think that benefited me when I was running low. I don't know. It'd be interesting to play around with the weather settings and see if you can replicate that at other tracks.
All right, Bob. Well, start on the outside of the second row. You come home with a second. You lead a ton of laps, but second is the best you can get here for race 1 anyway. So no doubt, I'm sure you got a lot of people you want to thank.
Yeah, Brett, Ultimate Dirt TV, always doing a fantastic job. Thank you for that. Dirty Old Bastards, Chris, Alan, Tyler, new guy, I can't remember his name. Aaron Schaefer, maybe?
Yes, correct.
Thanks for putting on a fun series all the time. Teammates UW Motorsports, sponsors Wicked Cushion, Colby's Eye Paints, Next Gen Fab. Thanks for all your support, guys.
All right, there you have it. Chris Brenner coming home in second place and coming home with the win. He started on the pole. He fell back to second in the midway part of that race, but managed to claw back in your race lead and put on an epic show with Chris Brenner. John Batista, congratulations on the men. Man, what an outstanding race that was between you and Brenner, just putting sliders on each other lap after lap. How good does that feel?
It feels great. I mean, that was just probably the best track that I've been on in iRacing. Well, not on iRacing period, but ever since we got the cushion update, it's just been, one line everywhere. But that was very like Volusia of old, which was my favorite track. It was 3 lines. We had probably some of our greatest league races there, and this was just like it. You couldn't really run the bottom a whole lot. It was pretty much a kind of an arc from the top to the middle. Brenner had it figured out there in the middle of the race. He passed me on like lap 10 and never looked back, and I had some naughty words for him under yellow. I was like, dude, I don't know what you're doing out here. I can't figure it out. We had a strong, very strong car in qualifying, and once the track gets slick, it's just a matter of finding the line. Unfortunately for him, I got the unrealistic cushion on my side at the very end, so I was hoping that we would just be able to trade sliders till the end, because the way we had the pattern going, I was clearing them out of 4. So if we were going to keep that going, I was going to have the upper hand at the end, but I ended up clearing them there.
I did have a question for you. I just actually forgot it. Oh, that's awkward. I can't think of what I was going to ask you next. How unprofessional of me right now. Oh, I'm going to say this is a first.
Just write them all down on a piece of paper like I do. I just read a pre-read script.
That's what. Okay, when he's got the 2 to go, Brenner put a slider on you into 1 and 2, and you cleared him. He went to do the same thing in 3 and 4. That last lap, when you were coming down the back straightaway, he was probably about 4 or 5 car lengths back. Was there any thought to go down to the bottom to protect that slide job incoming, or were you just going to rail the top and just hope that he wasn't going to pull that big slider?
Well, I kind of had 2 things in mind there. I don't know if you could see on the broadcast, but there's like a huge, weird cushion thing in 3 and 4 where it just kind of like arcs up right in the middle. And in the 410s, actually 2 weeks ago or a week ago, under caution, I was running 3rd, and I went up and hit it, and it threw my whole rear end out. So I was really weary of hitting that. I mean, I hit it a few times in the race, and it just knocked me sideways. I think it's some kind of like low speed glitch or something. But not only that, I wasn't feeling confident in myself and being able to go full speed into 3 and not hit the wall out of 4. So the outside was really my only option. He did get pretty close to me coming out of 4 there, being, like you said, 4 or 5 car lengths back. But it was just a risk versus reward thing there. I was just going to stay with the line I knew.
All right, so you pick up the win here in race number 1. Will we see you back for race number 2?
You will.
Awesome stuff. Well, look, why don't you thanks the sponsors that make it all happen for you, and we'll let you get back out of here and celebrate with the team for a moment.
I want to thank you, Brett, and Ultimate Dirt TV. You guys are so supportive of Black Diamond. I really appreciate it. I want to thank Chris and Dirty Old Bastards for putting on an awesome league. It's such a simple format. It's what I really look forward to during the week. That's about it.
All right, well done on the win, and good luck in race number 2, bud.
Thank you, Brett.
There we have it. John Batista comes away with the win here in race number 1 of the Volusia Corporation and Dirty Old Bastards 360 Winged Sprint Car Series. Race 1 is done and dusted. Race number 2 will be up. Let me look at the time. We are time it is right now. It is 10:08. So the server launches in 7 minutes, and they'll have 15 minutes of practice. So about 22 minutes qualifying will get underway. So we'll be live in roughly about 20 minutes. We're going to be live back here on Ultimate Dirt TV and also Dirt Oval TV. So make sure you stick around, come back for that one. Make sure you follow and like Ultimate Dirt TV on Facebook. Follow us on YouTube. Hit the subscribe button on YouTube. Go to youtube.com/Ultimate Dirt TV. And make sure you check out our sponsors on Facebook as well. Colby's Eye Paints, Dirt Oval TV. Check out SETI Group Holdings. You can check them out on the web at www.seti.com. That's CEDI. Make sure to check out Volusia Corporation and Dirty Old Bastards. Give them a like. Show them the support. Let them know that you appreciate what they do week in and week out. We get set for the final race of the 11th round of the series here at Volusia. This next race will be in the night time, so the track conditions may change from what we've just seen, but stick around and come back for the final race of the 11th round. You're watching the Volusia Corporation and Dirty Old Bastards 360 Wing Sprint Car Series from Volusia, live on Dirt Oval TV and live on Ultimate Dirt TV. We'll take a break and be back in about 20 minutes' time.